All right, let's do this. All right, first of all, these are all the supplies I need or you will need to build a ceramic 3D printer. I will show the list of the supplies later. So first of all, let me make some space to build a machine. Push things away. First of all, I'm going to start with this part. This is the cornering, and you will need 1 stepper motor and 2 corners, and you also need pulley. So to make this one, you will need two of these bracket. Total, you will need 9 of these. And we'll need some tools. I need you to have one of this because at the corner, because we need to use a little bit of angle from this side, so it will help you to tighten it from this like little from the corner. Or what you can do is you can actually trim it. If you can do that, trim it and you can put it from the side and you can tighten it this way as well. But I really like to have one of this. Actually, at the corner, I don't think you can see it, but there's a little notch here, so you can actually tighten it from that side. Then there's all the fasteners. You will need for M3 8mm. So and also this one Lima 17 stepper motor. You will need total 3 of these because we are going to build a Delta style printer. I will describe it later. So first of all, have one of this, and you will see there's a little space here. And because of the stepper motor has a little bump here, so you can actually fit it like this way. And have M3 notch. Sometimes when you 3D print this part, the hole is a little too small. If so, you can use a drill to like drill it a little bit and make it a little wider, because later you need to really tighten it, and a little bit of space could help you. Then this one here too. You cannot use this one for this job because again, like you need a little bit of angle. This way. Tighten it. Make sure it's really tight. If it's not tight later, your frame won't be really okay. And next one. Same thing. M3, 8mm. By the way, M3 means it's metric. The diameter of the bolt is 3mm, and 8mm is the length of the bolt. Okay, so I'm doing it easily, but actually you might need some help with some practice. It's almost there. All right, then you will need, as I mentioned, you will need 3 of these. So 1, 2, Delta style, because you will need 1, 2, 3, and this stepper motor will pull it up and down. Oh, actually, I forgot to mention that. You also need to have a pulley. You can, once you put it here, you can use a pulley. But for pulley, you will need a little smaller wrench. And usually when you order one, you will get the wrench with the pulley as well. So I'm going to put the stepper motor, and later when you see the stepper motor, there's a little flat surface. So you want to put the pulley here and facing the flat surface, and tighten it. You don't have to make it super tight right now, but it should be tight enough. If I show any tip later, we're going to put some timing belt here. So you need to kind of align it with the stepper motor, and I will show you the other, the bottom, the other corner. So there's 2 bolts, you need to tighten both. So later it's not going to slip. So, all right, these are the 3. Once you're done, put it to the side. We will use extrusion and other parts later. All right. Very first part is done, and we'll move to the next one. All right. So the next part is the other corners. For this one, you will also need 3. You will need 1 of this, and this time you will need. So it's not actually the pulley, but although this one has teeth here too, but this one is just spinning. Then we will need 1 and 3 nylon nut. And this one actually, I think I have this one M335 or something, but you don't have to have super long one. What you need is actually a little longer than this one is a 20 millimeter, because we are going to use 20 by 20 aluminum extrusion, just longer than 20, 24, 25, or you can get something 30 millimeter. For this one, you can use this, actually one of my favorite tool, and you can use plier for this one. Okay, first of all, you need to put this one here and have the nylon nut. I think you can possibly use just M3 nut, but nylon will be better. Okay. Then you need to put, oops, not this, put here, sorry. It should go here. Then nylon nut. Okay, you don't have to use nylon nut, but it would be better to use nylon nut because it will like keep it tight, and then you can unscrew it. Then you can put this pulley here, or you can use 2 bearings to keep it, and you can find those list of supplies. I will share it later, a full list of supplies. Then, as you use a nylon nut, you cannot just tighten it. So you need to use a plier to hold the nut, and you can tighten it like this. Or also what you can do is one of this. tighten it like this, and later anyway you need to use other wrenches or something. But anyway, I'll do it. So you need to really hold it tight. Keep going. So actually, like at the beginning, I said 20 millimeter here, but actually this one here. So I think still it'll be something 10, 20 something to 30 millimeter long from this angle. So this, so you got make sure it not like the other pulley, you don't have to tighten it, it should be freely turning. Then you need 1, 2, 3. So many of the parts you will need 3 of each to build the printer. Then the next part is this one. This is the linear motion. Has 3 wheels, and this side you will put the timing belt here, and then you'll have the arms from this angle too. So by the way, for this one, we need this LED. We need 2 of this. Now next one we will need 3 wheels. All the white parts are 3D printed, and you can also find the 3D model, so you can print it. When you 3D print it, I recommend you to print 4 actually, because 1 will be just spare. For this one, the fasteners you need will be 3 and 5, 25 millimeter, and with some countersink. But if you have different things, you can make it slightly longer. You can get slightly longer one. For this, also 3 and 5 nylon nuts. Then for other parts, you will need 3 20 millimeter bolt and just regular 4 and 3 nuts. For this one, yes, you need this. Depends on what kind of M5 nut you got. You will need different wrench. But in this case, I also like to have one of this because, yeah, it's for a bicycle actually, but it has different sizes. So I'm going to use this one. Then you can use a wrench, or also use one of this as well. Okay, first of all, I will put and 5 notch. Okay. Okay. In this case, the reason why I like to use this one is it just provide a little better grip when I do this job. So this will and you can do this, or it really depends on, or you can hold it, you can turn this side as well, either will be fine. This plier to do this, but plier, because it's M5 nut, so I will show you. Sometimes it's tricky to really turn it because of the angle. So, but it really depends. If not, what you can do is switch it. I'm right-hand dominant, so I'm doing this way. You can hold it, and you can turn this on the side as well. Either will be fine. Just and make sure it's tight. The last one. can just hold it like this. Works for you. Just now. So make sure height. Okay, once you're done with this one, flip it. You will see a little space. You can put 1 and 3 notch and put this and 20 millimeter. So this one you don't have to make it super tight because later, as you can see, because of this shape, don't make it tight because of this shape. Later when we put it on the aluminum extruder, you can actually tighten it a little bit. So it just give a little extra tension on it. So don't make it tight right now. Then flip it the other side. There's 3 holes. 3 and 3, 20 millimeter. And when you flip it, you can find the hexagon, which is for notch. And tighten it. Or you can do it one by one. I'm just doing it like this to make it quick. All right. Do the wheels first and do it sometime. As you can see, sometimes it's a little trick to get the angle, but this one's fine there. All right. Now I have 1, 2, 3 of the wheels, so it's gonna slide through the aluminum extruder. This. Oh, actually, no, it's not gonna slide to this one. Actually, there is a longer one. So I'm going to solve. Then the next one, I also need 3 O's and the switches. For this one, you need 1 3D printed part and the switch. I got one of this switch, but you can also get different types of switch as well. But I already designed this one 3D printed part for this types of switch. So I already made 2 of these. This time you need 2 and 3 8 millimeter bolt, and take one more. Then this one is M4. Yes, M4. I think it's 10 millimeter, and also M4T nut. So when you see it, you will see it different. It looks like a T shape. So when you actually, it will use many of these to connect it, build the actual frame. So for this one, yeah, M3 and 4. For this one is M4. Oh no, actually I don't need it. Oh, I can do everything with this one. So I have the switch and the switch, and you can put it like this. Put your notch. Okay, depends on your printer. Sometimes you have a little bit of the if the holes can be a little bit tight. If so, if it's too tight, flip it to really make it slightly wider. It could make your job easier. Also, there is the space for notch. Flip it and tighten it. You don't have to make it super tight. Just tight enough. Then M4 notch. And I got this. I like this one because this is actually M3, M4, but M4 not. I can use the wrench for M3. Actually, this one is yeah, 332-inch. But anyway, or what you can do is you can just buy a set of hex wrenches for metric. Like this. So when you buy some of these, you can use it to build your printer and fix it. For this one, I'm gonna make it just a little tight, but you don't have to super tight. Later, we need to hold the frames. So 3 of these and three on the side. All right, what I'm gonna do next? Let's build the carriage. 3 of this. This one. This is a platform, so you will put the nozzle. In this case, we're gonna put the nozzle and extruder on it. I will talk about this black part later. Then what you need is these 6 of these carbon road. The end. I have the link where you can buy one of this. You will need total 12 of these. And the distance, the length of the carbon road is 180 millimeter. Actually, what I bought is I bought the 200 millimeter carbon rod, and I just kind of cut it with the hacksaw. And this carbon rod, I think OD outside diameter is 5 millimeter. ID inside is 4 millimeter, I think. Also, I use the 2-part epoxy glue resin to fold it like this way. For key, for this one, I already brought the pre-assembled one. Just I don't want to fly with the 2-part epoxy. So if I describe it, in my case, I put, you can put a little bolt inside without the head, or in my case, actually, I use some like bamboo skewer to keep it here. So connect this one and connect this one. And there, we're going to use this one to hold it like this way. So you have to make it straight from here to here. And also there, it's gonna, you can actually, there's a little moving part at the end. So when the carriage move it up and down, it freely moves. So yep, 6 of those again, 180 millimeter, and you need the rod end. Once you have it, this one here, then fasteners, you can use M20, or if you don't have enough M20s, also what you can do is you can use a little longer, a little shorter ones. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll multiply 3 times, and we will get total 12. What I've learned is like sometimes when you don't have enough, I'm going to go for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I still have enough. Or as I mentioned, what you can do is you can use a little longer ones if you don't have more 20s. So just in case, I will also show you. This one is slightly longer than this one, but it's okay. So I'm gonna, just in case, I'm gonna put 2 of these here. Right, first of all, I'll have this. I'll make sure, like if you want to use a little longer, make sure it's, I think it's good. And put it like this. and make sure it's not like you're going to put two of these from here, one here, another one here, so they are not just touching each other. And also here as well, when you put the, oh, it's a little tight here, you know, they are not touching each other. If you do that, actually you can use a little longer one. Let's start with this one. Oh, also, here's notch. Same number, 12. And 12, good. Let's take this number with a little bit more of this. I want to show you a little, some more M20, M320 for the other part. All right, then what you need is this, and notch. When you see inside, there's a little space for the notch. Put it here. And tighten it. And you need to do it 12 times. Actually, there's a little good space here, so you don't need to worry about it. This one, oh yeah, this one I think is a 20 something. One more, another notch inside. Okay, you need to do it 3 times. Done. 2 more. Actually, I forgot how many printers I built. Less than a dozen, but I know how to build it. But I don't have a instruction right now. It just I remember. And for this project, I redesigned some of the parts as well. Oh, just I don't build and come up with this design on my own. This was based on RepRap project, and this Delta style printer is based on a model called Kossel. And I just add some other parts to turn it into a ceramic printer. And I like to use Delta printer. It's finicky, it's tricky, but I like to use Delta printer for the ceramic printing because it's not moving the bed. The bed will stay at the bottom and all the moving parts will be at the top. So, and some of the parts will be protected from wet clay, because when you work with wet clay, it could be messy. And also you always want to protect the circuit from the dust or water. Oh, I think if I just do it alone, I think like when I'll have all the supplies, I can make a printer in a day. But since I'm doing recording and everything, it will take some more time. All right, so all the 3 parts are done. Then the next one is we'll put the platform, and we need 3 And also there's a little space for M3 nut as well. I think this one is a little tight. So, oh, also, by the way, this one you can use this. This is M20. Also, you can use. And if you can get like 100 M20s, you can use many of the M20 for most of the parts. Also, I just I prefer some tips, but if it's this one might be 12 or something. This is long enough to reach the bolt. You can use some other parts as well. I just like to let you know some options. But I'm going to use M20 for now because I have plenty of these. This one, I think the part was printed, it's a little tight, so I can feel a little bit of resistance. But not here, and then I tighten it right away. I'm going to put the nut. So this one and this one, you can see it's a facing section. I'm just doing it all manually, but if you have electronic power tool or something, for M3, you can use that as well. I like to get one. Tip is when you put the this slider, the carries, and platform, like it'll move like this up and down. This is the top, and this here. If you do that, make sure this one all facing the same side. If you flip it or something, it will like put it this way. You cannot really move it up and down correctly. So, and also you cannot flip it. Make sure you're facing it this side. I'm gonna show you. Then say like this, and I'm gonna connect it to here. Right, let's get going. Yeah, probably this part could be the first challenge. I remember when I built a Delta style printer for the first time, this part was pretty confusing. So before you tighten it, check the direction of your part. Make sure, yeah, really, before you tighten it, make sure that's the right thing to do. That will save your time and energy. I'm just putting my finger here so I can feel it when it comes through. One. That's a new show. Just also visual trick when you're building a printer. So this is the platform, the tool, and we'll have three of I can here and like here. So please check the direction here like this. This will like be like this, and then this surface later will hit the limit switch at the top. All right, good. What I put on the side. One will be okay, let's put the LCD. So this is it. Now for the LCD screen, there's a text for ceramic 3D printer. And you will need this 2004 LCD screen. And you can put it like this way. Actually, I'm going to flip it. Also, there's a little space here. So when you put the screen, the green parts will perfectly fit. Sometimes if you put the knob, you cannot put it through. So I'm going to remove. Right, it's really tight. Don't break the parts while assembling it. And put it like this. It will fit like this. Then you can put the knob. And it's on EXP1 and EXP2, and it'll be connected. Later, I will show you how it's going to be connected. Then this one, what you need is and two notch. I'm sorry. Okay, I feel a little resistant. If you don't want to have any resistance, what you can use a drill and then like tighten it a little bit. I'm sorry, make it a little wide. And for the LCD, so you don't want to like over tighten it. So keep it just enough. Tighten it just enough to keep it secured. So I forgot to mention that for this one you need the LCD, the 3D printed parts, 4. I only put one here, 4 and 20, or can be slightly shorter as well. If you have 16 or something, that would be fine as well. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. And for 10 millimeter, I think it's 0.5 for 10 and 4 and 4. So later you will put the actually it's gonna go over here, the aluminum extrusion. So when you use different size bolt, make sure the bolt is not really hitting the aluminum extrusion. I'm gonna put on a notch. I'm not gonna tighten it right now. So later, once I put all 4, I'm gonna adjust it. notch, but I'm not gonna make it too tight. For fasteners, again, like if you find the right size, that's great. But depends on where you put it. You can make it slightly shorter, slightly longer one. That is fine. You don't have to use exact size. For this build, I try to limit the numbers of fasteners. So many things you will find M3 20mm. You will need most of this. For other parts, you will need M3 8mm. And all the T notch, like what you need T notch, it will be M4 10mm and bunch of M4 T. Or what you can do is you can buy assorted notch, but if you do that, sometimes you will have a little too many. But if you don't mind, that's okay. But again, you will find the notch. You can also, for this one, you can use M3 nylon notch as well. But you don't have to. For this one, also a little secret is it's not exactly parallel. What I did, it's slightly shorter. So when you put the bolt, you will feel a little bit of resistance. So even without the bolt, the LCD panel will be kind of secured as it is. But if you feel too much resistance, stop it and make a drill to make this side hole slightly bigger. But in this case, I slightly make it offset so the bolt can hold it. LCD on Joe, but I'm gonna also put the. You did it. Make sure it's parallel. Yep. I'm sorry, not. So the LCD is ready. All right, the next one. Oh, I'm sorry. That's next. M4. We will use all the later. We will need all T nuts for when we actually start building the frame. But for now, I'm gonna just put it. So to find all the T nuts and fasteners. Two more. Bottom. Yeah, if you really enjoy making your own 3D printer, your own tool, this would be great project. But also, I know it's not for everyone as well. So, if you're willing to do some troubleshooting, learn more about like how the printer works, or if you want to try different materials, this could be a great project. Also, if you have a friend or someone who want to gonna try, start together, and then if we can help each other as well. All right. So the LCD part is done, so I'm gonna put it on the side. Oh, what I'm gonna do next? Probably going to do the circuit. So also I already prepared it a little bit, and I will tell you more about this. Okay, let's do it. First of all, this one is I'm using a sandwich thing. Oops, while traveling, the pin bent a little bit, so I'm gonna actually straighten it a little bit. Right. Okay. So I will describe it. So I'm gonna take it out. It's too tight. If so, I will just boldly describe it. What you need is, first of all, this one is not the original, but it's the generic version of Arduino Mega 2560, bottom one. And it has the USB and power. And then at the top, this one is RAMs 1.4, has XY, I think XYZ. This is a stepper drive XYZ, and the one extruder number 0, extruder number 1. So actually you can technically use 2 extruders, but for now, but just use the one. And you can actually put it together. Maybe this was a little too tight, so I'm afraid no, I think maybe, okay, wait a second. No, I might be able to do this. This side is tight, and okay, I won't break it. No, it's too tight. Probably I'm gonna later take another photo or something. But when you have the Arduino Mega and RAMs, you will find that it will completely fit. You can actually, there's pins and you can connect it together. Then, yeah, now it's a little too tight. Then, can you see there's a little blue cable? So you need to use, actually use the soldering iron to connect one of this to the, actually, I wish I can show. RAMs has a power connector here too. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 pins. It should be connected to the second one, so it will power the RAMs here. So yeah, I'm gonna just put it back. I think this one's super tight. So once you put it, okay, the last one, there's 1, 2, 3, last one, the bottom one to the second pin connected, so it will power the RAMs. Then stepper drive. So I can take it. Okay, stepper drive. You can buy many of the stepper drive. I think I got something 10 stepper drive or something $15 or something. So it would be good to have some spare. It comes with the heat sink, and there's a little like Phillips like thing, so you can actually turn it. For this one, you don't have to. I didn't connect it to the power, so now I can just touch it and do everything. But later, you may need a kind of something like this one. It looked like a driver, but this one's actually ceramic, so it's not conductive. So later, you can actually control. When you turn this one, you can actually control the currency to the stepper drive. When you see this one, maybe I will need another. I don't think you can actually really see this. There is a flat side, Usually the flat side is facing this direction toward this. But for the extruder, later I want to use a little bit more currency. So like it just slightly turned this direction, only for the extruder. Then the drive, this knob, like little thing is facing this side. And you can connect this. Later, probably I'm gonna take a photo of this part only so you can actually see more details. And also there's many pins, so you should connect it to the right pin. So, and I will do that later. Okay, then actually there you can find there's D8, D9, D10, but there's two, the middle one, this is for the fan. So I'll prepare the pins here so we can actually power the fan for the stepper motor, which is for the extruder. And again, I will describe it later too. So in Arduino Mega and ramps, I like to use this combination. Like if something happens, I can switch it and I can do other parts, but also I know there are some different circuit board for 3D printers. Definitely you can use those as well, but they will looks different shape, but technically it's the same thing. Then for this one later you will need this one is DC output, DC 12 volt, 10 amps. So 12V, 10A. So, and depends on like which country you live. So you need to choose different one. Here I got 110. But many of things input is AC, 100 volt to 240 volt. So depends on your like where you live. You can just switch this part. Then what you need is also USB cable. Like warning is when you test the circuit, sometimes you don't want to power this one right away, and you can eat like when you make a wrong connection or something happen, you can fry the circuit. So what I like to do is I just connect it with the USB at 5 volt and then like test some connection and other things, and like after make sure it's working and really power it. I can share this tip because I fry many of the Arduino board. I think, I don't know exactly why, but many times it'll damage the Arduino board and it spark it and it smell like burning smell. But many time ramps are okay, but it could happen. So when you, I will show you, only use the USB connection to test it. I'm gonna put it on the side and test this. So first of all, this, and what I need is all the stepper motors I'm gonna use. First of all, and I'm gonna call it X, Y, Z. So it's just quick description. Cartesian 3D printer is X-axis, Y-axis, and Z-axis. And when X motor turns, it only moves X-axis. Y motor turns Y-axis. Z motor is for Z. But for Delta machine, when you move X, all 3 motors should move. And Y, all 3 should move. Z, all 3 should move, but speed will be different. So, for example, this is the platform, and I'm going to call it the clockwise X, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. Then if you move, I wish I had 3 hands, but if you move X-axis, this one should move, all move together. X, Y, this. Z all together. So I'm going to call it XYZ here, but it doesn't mean the stepper motor will only move for x-axis, y-axis, or z-axis. One thing for the firmware, I will share the pre-programmed firmware, so you can actually just load it to this board. For that one, you need to have Arduino on your computer, open it, connect it with USB, and you can load the firmware. Probably I will show that part later as well. This is already pre-programmed. Then this one I have USB-C, so I'm gonna have one of this. Connect to my computer. Before I do that, I'm gonna start with this over X motor and 4-pin connector. And I'm gonna connect it. This one, this is black, green, blue, red right now. For now, like I'm gonna put it like all same direction, but later you will see this. Actually, we really need to test it. For now, I'm just testing the connection. Once you do that, later sometime you have to flip it because the stepper motor turning clockwise, counterclockwise. That's not a big deal, but you can just kind of flip the pin and connect it and problem solved. Then same thing, I'm gonna, for this one, black is facing this side, black, red. So I'm gonna put all same direction. But if it's not the right direction, I will fix it later. Okay. Okay, good. X, Y, Z. Sometimes you can find the letters on the board, but I remember, I know this is X, Y, Z. Then stepper motor. For this one, I'm going to use this stepper motor. I will show you later. This one, you will need this is a through shaft motor. Like this. Most of the stepper motor has the stepper here, and then you need to connect some like why I forgot the name, the screw like it, and then I turn it. But this one is through shaft, so which means when you turn it, you can take it out like this. Later, we're going to put the syringe to load the clay here, and then as it turns, it will extrude. This one, it's, yes, I agree, it's limited in terms of torque, but I like to use this one for soft clay or small print job, and also very handy to travel with. This is extruder, that's it. For this project, I will also share my another design of the extruder. This one is auger screw, so it has screw inside, and there's like where you can feed the clay. But for this one, it's pneumatic and auger screw. So to use this extruder, you need to have an air compressor, and you can travel with an air compressor. So this is good. I really like it. This is one of my very first clay extruder design, which I spent time to design and refine. So I'm gonna share the whole STL file to build this one. If you like to use an air compressor, you should use the pneumatic extruder to build. This one, I like it better. This one is really good to do the tracking. I'm sorry, not tracking, the retraction and extrusion and all kinds of things. And as you have large clay container, you can print like better, bigger designs too. But this one is very, this is not like portable. So that's why I will also use this one. I will talk about more about this one later. So this one too, there's a 4-pin connector and there's 2-pin. So I'm gonna connect this one here as well. This is for the extruder and for the fan here too. Red and black. It's the same. I already shared this design and how to build it, but I'll also revisit this one. But for now, I'm gonna just doing the testing. 1, 2, 3, and then now it's time to use the and the switch. Probably this could be confusing, but before you build the machine, it could be good too. It isn't necessary to do the testing. Okay, this is for the Z and the switch, and it's red, black, green. There's a pins, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of pin, but this one for X is for the second row. Again, green is facing this side here. And this is, be careful with this one. This is the reason why last time I fried the circuit. The same thing, Y, and the switch, and from the right, 1, 2, 2 is for the X, 3, 4, 4 is for Y, and 5, 6 is for the Z. Okay. So X, I'm gonna call it X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, and extruder is on its own. All right, then the next one is we need the LCD. So when you see it from here, there says EXP1, EXP2, and you do need the 2 cables here connected to here. When you buy screen, it comes with kind of all the cables and other parts, so you can actually find how it's going to be connected, like this, and then like this. So EXP1, EXP2, and there's 8 pins, but it's not going to be connected like this. It's like this, because there's 8 pins and there's 1 rows of the pins here as well. So connect. Example. Make sure. I think this one's super tight. Be patient and don't press it too hard. You can damage the circuit. I straightened it, but it wasn't enough. So straighten this one, this one, this one. Let's try again. Okay, good. So I'm gonna flip it here. EXP1 to this one, EXP to this one. So like this. EXP1, EXP2. If connected the wrong way, that is okay. If that happens, like it won't turn on. If so, you can flip it. And all right, it's time. So I have USB-C, so I'm gonna just power it with this. Okay, can you see the LCD? I'm sorry, the LED blink, and it turns on here. So there's a little button here. Can you see? So when you hit it, it will reset. Okay, And also you can put your name and all the info, but this one is for the residency. I put the residency information. And it's the XYZ 000 printer ready. When you click it, push it, and there's a quick setting, position, extruder, SD card, fan speed, and other things. So for now, what I'm gonna do is let's do the position. So I'm gonna go for expose fast. I mean, it doesn't matter. If I do this, can you see max and stop is off. So this is the switch for X. So when I do it, can you see it light on and switch on, right? Off, on, off. Can you see it? So what it does is when the X motor is, when I do the homing, it will move and it hit the switch and it will stop. Same thing, Y and Z. That's the purpose of the stepper motor and the end switch. You know, it doesn't have eyes. So like before it hit the switch, it doesn't know where to, like when to stop. Okay, let me do the Y pose fast and stop is O. When I Y switch here, on and off. Can you see it? On, off, on, off. Good. And Z pose position. Let's start it off and on. Here's the switch. Can you see it? Light on, off, on, off. Before you do the test, don't connect the power here, just the USB connection, because I made a mistake, and then when I hit the switch, it spark and the smell, like burning smell, and then just it broke the circuit. And also the end stop, max, minimum, we don't need it. Maximum, we do need it. Only need maximum end switch. All right. Looks complicated. Yes, it could be if it's especially your first time to building it. So I'm just kind of doing it like because I know how to do it, and I have made enough numbers of mistakes. I think, yeah, I I have built about a dozen printer, maybe more. I forgot that. But anyway, so once you do that, now it's time to power it up and then actually test with the stepper motors. All right, power here. You can actually get something like this one, it's like L shape or it's just straight. Either will be fine. Right. A bit nervous. Okay, good. You can do this type of control with computer as well when you actually open the connection with it. But for now, I'm gonna just do it like with this one, the knob. All right. Let's start with the extruder or the fan speed. If I do this, fan speed 25. Can you see it's blinking? And I'm sure you can see it. Fans moving. And turn fans off. and it will stop. Okay, good. I mean, I'm just start with the fan because it has less chance to break the circuit. Extruder. Extruder position. Is it okay? 0. And hear the sound. And I can feel it vibrating, and they just start turning it. So this is good. And let's go for the position. This is for position is really the most important part. Position. Expose fast. When I turn it, I can see it and it's turning. I'm not sure you can see it. Yeah, can you see it? Okay, it's spinning. Then it has what it should do is when it should move negative, not negative. Actually, you can go to negative. It will be fine because there's no minimum and the switch. Max and the switch is off, such you can go positive as much as you want. But okay, here's our X and the switch. So when I engage the switch, it should not move. Or sometimes it does, because as I mentioned, X, Y, Z motor is kind of moving all together. But if it's moving and the switch is working, you're good. Y, same thing. Y stepper motor is, you see, it moves positive, negative, clockwise and counterclockwise. And the switch on and off. Can you see it? This is a good switch. Now it has LED here, so it shows on and off. Then Z motor. Yep, this is moving. And switch works. All right. Once you did all the tests, it's time to do homing. Home all. Okay, so when I hit the home all, one X, Y, Z motor is kind of spinning. It's turning until I hit the end switch. So I will show you. Home all. This one, all turning. Can you see? Then if I hit erase the switch, stop. Y, hit the switch, stop. Z still turning because it doesn't know, and hit the switch and then stop here too. So this is the test. Y/Z homing works. I just tested only the circuit and everything, and then I'm gonna power it off, and it will be, yeah, I can move to the next step. All right, I'm gonna take a short break. Maybe I'm gonna take another video about this part and take a little detailed photos and how to upload the firmware and other parts as well. All right.